Okay. Hi, family and friends. I'm back and decided to go ahead and do my video on health and, well, just an aspect of health because I'm currently doing a parasite cleanse that is, I've been on it since November 22nd, and it's something that I know I need to do because I've been having some health issues, and I believe wholeheartedly it is connected to a parasite issue. And I've not had testing done. I haven't sent off anything to have it tested, but I do have like 9 of the symptoms that they say if you have a parasite, what are the symptoms would be. And one of the symptoms is, 10 signs of parasite. Well, constipation. Unfortunately, I've been dealing with that, oh gosh, off and on for years. And even when I was younger, I remember my grandmother and them saying, keep your shoes on, don't run around outside without shoes because, you get a worm. And, I remember even talking about tapeworms when I was little because I was always extremely skinny kid, but I ate a whole lot of food. Like I just constantly ate. So even way back when, it was kind of stuck in my head. Tapeworm issues and things like that, running around outside with no shoes on, just plain. Well, even as an adult, as far as being concerned that I had a parasite, because I was always been on the small side, and I've always been extremely hungry, and I can always, as a teenager, eat a lot, like tons of food, but I never had, because I mentioned it to a doctor, never had diarrhea or anything like that. So he said, so if you're not having diarrhea or extreme weight loss, then you shouldn't have a parasite, that you don't have any issues. Sorry, looking at my hair. Okay, but I still felt like I did, but doctors weren't listening to it, so I just kind of let it go. But now I am having some health issues that I felt could be parasite related, and that is basically dealing with nutrient deficiencies, and because of those deficiencies, then it's causing issues for me. But so 10 signs. So I mentioned one, which is constipation. Number 2, gas. Not necessarily passing gas out of the other end, which I do have that too, but more so belching, like bloating, like belly swelling. Like sometimes I could look like I was 6 months pregnant, like my belly would just be swollen, and it literally looked like I was pregnant. And then also belching, and sometimes late at night, I would have to raise up because I'd feel all this air in my chest area, and I'd have to like burp myself to get all this air out of my system, and it's extremely irritating, and I want it to go away. And then also it says sleep disturbances. So sleep disturbances, I'm not quite sure what that means, other than the fact that sometimes my belly feels like it's like gurgly and makes it uncomfortable to go to sleep. But other than that, I'm not quite sure what that meant by sleep disturbances. Grinding teeth. I have been grinding my teeth forever. Still grind my teeth occasionally. So, but I did it a lot. Grinding up, up until like maybe 2 years ago. I haven't noticed it lately, but I'll have to think about it. But I always grinded my teeth. And then itchy nose. Had that too. And then aches in muscles. I didn't think about aches in muscles being a parasite issue, but joints like my knees, my thighs, especially in the area, weakening in the knees and pain, and sometimes where it feels like if you work out, you'll feel sore the next day. Well, I'll feel sore and I haven't worked out, joints, muscles, things like that. So I wasn't sure where that came from. Now I know it could be a parasite issue. And then fatigue. There was at one point while I was extremely tired, like I could sleep all night, get up the next day, and was still exhausted, take a nap, sleep another 3 or 4 hours, and didn't know what it was, couldn't explain what it was. I did do some B12, which did help. My adrenals were probably stressed. I did some adrenal drops, which helped also. Which takes me back to sleep disturbances. I think that's because of adrenal stress. Because I took some adrenal drops, which helped me go back to sleep. Because at some point I wasn't able to sleep. I'd wake up in the middle of the night, couldn't go back to sleep, and I didn't like that because I love my sleep. And then anemia, or being anemic. I did have problems with being anemic, and I haven't had blood work done to see where my mineral levels are, as far as my iron, my potassium, magnesium, calcium. Just learned about B1, B12, and all those. I have not had that work done. I know it's expensive. If I remember correctly, I think it's about $300 for a test done, and currently don't have $300 to spend on that. So I am basically treating my symptoms based on what I feel I might be deficient in. And I feel like my symptoms are my symptoms are related to those vitamin deficiencies. So that's what I'm choosing to do. Trying to go the natural way as much as possible, and try to get rid of these parasites. I'm sorry, don't have a tripod. I have a makeshift tripod. But this video is almost going on 10 minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and come back and talk about what it is that I am trying to do or what I'm using and what I'm taking and what I'm eating, and to share what it is I'm doing to help with this parasite issue and get my health back in order. Thank you for listening, and I'll be back soon.